Hi and hello, welcome to online biology classes because of Ideal Others Educational Institution. I am Sadish Kumar going to take down the class regarding the subject of science biology unit number 17 reproduction in plants and animals. So it is the one of the important topic we are already seen the two classes regarding the plant reproduction. Now we are going to be take down about sexual reproduction in the human being. So all the organism they need three kind of important things. Number one is called food, number two is called sheltering, and number three is called reproduction. So the reproduction which is play the vital role for all kinds of organism to maintain the progeny in the world. Without reproduction, the organism cannot be survey for the world for long time, or it is totally eliminated from the particular locality. So the reproduction which play the vital role to maintain the particular genera or species of the organism survey for long generation in the world. For example, we are seeing that the dinosaur due to the unfavorable condition and inability to reproduce, the organism is eliminated totally from the world. So plenty of organisms are available from the same list. So according to this, so we are already studied about the reproduction in the human being from the previous classes and ninth standard. The human beings, the male and female reproductive organs are anatomically differ and physiologically. That means we are having a different morphological character for both male and female. Both are in the different form and the new individuals developed by the fusion of gametes. So gamete, that means the fusion of male and female gamete. After the fusion only they are produced into the new individual. The individual means that depending upon the child. The sexual reproduction involves the fusion of two haploid gametes. Haploid gametes means presence of single nucleus or single N. Male and female gametes. The male gamete also produced by the single N and the female gametes are produced by the single N to form a diploid individual or zygote. So diploid individual, that means the fusion of male and female gamete. After the fusion of two gamete, they are converted into 2n in nature. So 2n nature is called diploid. Di means two. So presence of two nucleus, that is called an diploid. Then zygote, it is in the form of undifferentiated mass of tissue which consists of the male 50% of male character and 50% of female character, that is called an zygote, which is undergo for embryo development. Organs of the reproductive system are divided into primary and secondary sex organ. So the sex organs are two types. One is called primary sex organ and secondary sex organ. Primary sex organ, which is directly involved for production of sex cells or gametes, and the secondary sex organ, which is involved for helping to the reproductive cells or reproductive gametes. So two types. The primary reproductive organs include gonads. The gonads are two types. One is called testes and another one is called ovary. The testes, they are produced by the sperm cell or testosterone, and the ovary, which are produced by the female in the form of egg cell. They are consist of three type of hormone, but mainly two types of hormones are dominated: progesterone and estrogen. So what is the role? They are maintain the pregnancy and development of the egg cell. So the sex organ and the gonads which play the vital role for producing of the new individual. Then accessory sex organ, the male, which consists of vas deferens, epididymis, seminal vessel, prostate gland and penis. So which is available for accessory sex organ. That means the gonads, they are secreted by the sex cells or sex hormone which is passed on by means of accessory sex organ. And female, the fallopian tube, uterus, cervix and vagina. So these are the four different types of accessory organs are available for the female sex organ: vas deferens, epididymis, seminal vessel, prostate gland and penis. These are the accessory sex organs are available in the male. which play the vital role, which is carried the sex cells or gonads, which can reach on into the opposite sex or female gamete. From that itself, the fertilization and fusion process is behind that. After the fusion and fertilization, the such kind of gonads they are converted into in the form of new individual, and the secondary or accessory sex organ including the structure which are involved for various kinds of function. Process of ovulation. Ovulation is nothing but the egg cell are produced from the ovary. They are comes out in the form of mature cell. After getting a maturation, they are called an ovulation. The fusion of male and female gamete, that is called fertilization. After such kind of the interaction, sexual interaction, the male and female gametes are fused together and they are converted into in the form of diploid cell, which is controlled by the accessory sex organ, which is called an fertilization. So after the fertilization, the organisms they are converted into in the form of diploid in nature. They are undergo for further fertilization and further cell division. They are converted into an embryo. The embryo is developed for various kinds of mitotic and meiotic cell division. Any one type of cell division which is takes place, they are developed into the fetus. The division of the fertilized egg up to formation of embryo. So once the two haploid cells are available, then they are undergo for fusion. After the fusion, they are done in the process of fertilization. They are converted into embryo. The embryo is a diploid in nature, that is called an pregnancy. So the fertilized egg is in the form of pregnancy. Then pregnancy time, the embryo is converted into in the form of fetus. Fetus is called a child. The child undergo for development. Normally, all types of mammals they are having a different times of development period or pregnancy period. Approximately human beings, which is takes place on 9 to 10 months. So during that time is called an development period of fetus. Then childbirth. So after the development, the childs they are comes out through the vagina is called childbirth. And next one, the male reproductive organ, the structure of testes. This is the diagrammatic and cross-sectional view of a testes, which is we are having a one pair of testes or two testes, which is available in the lower abdominal cavity from outside of the body. The testes are the reproductive gland of the male that are oval or shaped organ which lie the outside of the abdominal cavity in the man. A sac-like structure is called scrotum, which means a pair of testes which is available in the lower abdominal cavity, which is located on outside of the body and which is covered by a bag-like structure, that is called a sac. The sac is called an scrotum, which is maintain the temperature of the testes. Because of the temperature, the testis is produced by the testosterone, and each testis covered with a layer of fibrous tissue is called tunica albuginea. So it is some kind of a minute tissue which is preventing the injury. And many septa form this layer, divide a testis into primordial lobules, in which lies the seminiferous tubule is called steroli, and the leading cells. So the leading cells they are produced by the sex cell or sperm cell, and which is supported by a seminiferous tubule. The seminiferous tubule is a coiled like structure. The process of spermatogenesis takes place in the seminiferous tubule. Spermatogenesis, that means the formation or development of male sex cell, that is called sperm cell. The formation of the sperm cell is called an spermatogenesis, which takes place inside of the seminiferous tubule. Then steroli cells are the supporting cell, which means they are give the support and provide the nutrient to the development of the sperm. So each and every type of cell they need nutrients. So the nutrient which is provided by the cell. And leading cells are the polyhedral shape, that is a many shape, lies between the seminiferous tubule and secrete testosterone. It is an important one mark question. The male sex gamete they are produced by the hormone is called testosterone. It initiates the process of spermatogenesis. Once the testosterone is secreted in our body, then only the sperm cells are secreted. The process of sperm cell secretion is called an spermatogenesis, which takes place inside of the leading cell and or in the form of polyhedral in nature. And this is the diagrammatic representation of a testis, the cross LS longitudinal section. It may be asked from the 2 mark question. We can go through this diagram and label any 6 parts. And next one, we can move on with the female reproductive organ or structure of ovary. So this is the cross section of ovary and which is converted into the various stages, the corpus and corpus luteum, secondary structure, everything is given. Then the ovary are located either side of the lower abdomen and composed of 2 almond shaped bodies. It is in the form of feather like or wing like structure, each lying near the lateral end of the fallopian tube. The ovary is produced in the end of the fallopian tube. The fallopian tube in the form of cup. From that stage itself, the formation of ovary. And the ovary is secreted from the fallopian tube. They are comes out in the form of egg. So the egg is the source of the female reproductive organ or female reproductive cell. And each ovary is compact in structure, is consisting of an outer cortex and inner medulla. So we are already known about in the adrenal gland. The same thing is exposed on here, outer cortex and inner medulla. The cortex is composed of a network of connective tissue is called stroma and is lined by the germinal epithelium. The germinal epithelium play the vital role. The epithelial cells is called an granulosa. Cells surrounded each ovum in the ovary together forming a primary follicle. A primary follicle which is developed into a secondary follicle. As the eggs grows the larger, that means the egg is undergo for division and it is enlarged. The follicle also enlarges and get filled the fluid is called in the Graafian follicle. The egg is developed in the Graafian follicles and filled with a fluid substance. And the information bit, it may be asked from the 1 mark question. The number of proximal follicles in the newborn female child ranges from the 7 million and during the reproductive period at the puberty in the number around 60,000 to 70,000 cells which is available during the time of puberty. It may be asked from the 1 mark question which is takes place on the female child, only in the female child at the puberty rate. And during the woman's lifetime she will only the ovulate 300 to 400 that of the 1 to 2 million eggs. So they are produced only in the limited time of XL. And the puberty it will be starts from the puberty, that is a menopause to menopause stage. Then she has the individually born with them. Then on the other side the men will be produced over 500 millions of sperm cell in their lifetime. So the male they have the more number of reproduction capacity, and by the same times what they are going to be done, so they are reproduced more. Then this is the diagrammatic representation of the structure of ovule and which can be give in the form of cross section. It may be asked from the 2 mark question. Please go through this from your textbook and label, try to draw in the form of small diagram and label any 3 parts. So which is in the form of XL. The next one we are seeing about gametogenesis. So the gametogenesis is nothing but the development of the sperm cell and the egg cell, that is called an gametogenesis in the form of spermatogenesis and oogenesis. A diploid number of cell they are produced by a haploid number of sex cell. is called an gametogenesis. A male gametogenesis is called spermatogenesis, and female gametogenesis is called an oogenesis. So they are produced by haploid number of sex cells. They are in the form of single N. So after the fertilization, they are converted into 2N or diploid in nature. The formation of sperm in the male and the ovum of the female is called gametogenesis. The formation of sperm cell and the formation of egg cell or ovum is called gametogenesis. It involved the spermatogenesis, formation of spermatozoa, and oogenesis. Oo means ovum. So that is the formation of ova. The gamete with haploid cells are produced through the gametogenesis. I already told you the diploid cell which is produced with 50% of character in the form of single N, that is called an gametes. The gametes is always in the form of haploid, that means in the form of single N. The production of single N is called a gametogenesis. Then next one we are seeing about the structure of sperm cell. The spermatozoon consists of head, middle piece and tail. So the sperm cell which consists of three regions: head region, middle region and tail region. The sperm head is elongated in the form by the condensation of nucleus. So that means all type of cell we know very well, they consist of a nucleus. By the same time, the sperm cells also consist of a nucleus. So this is the diagrammatic representation of the sperm cell. It may be asked from the 1 mark question. So we are seeing the head region, mid piece and tail. The middle piece consists of a mitochondria. The head region which consists of a chromosome, and the nucleus, the dark color structure, the centrioles which are located, and mitochondrial spinal and mitochondrial tubes are present. Then anterior portion has been a cap like structure is called acrosome. The presence of acrosome, it consists of hyaluronase, the enzyme that help to the sperm to enter into the ovum during the fertilization. The sperm's head tail which is help to the swim in this female reproductive organ, and which is reach on with the egg cell done the fertilization. A short neck is connect the head, middle piece and comprise of the centriole. The short neck which consists of a centriole. The middle piece contain a mitochondria which provide the energy and movement of tail. We know very well mitochondria is a powerhouse of the cell, so which is composed of the energy. It brings about the sperm motility and which is essential for the fertilization. So the mitochondria which give the more amount of energy which is swim in the female reproductive organ, and which is reach on into the egg cell. Then which sperm is first to penetrate with the egg cell, they are converted into in the form of diploid cell, which is allowed with only one cell. So it is can play the vital role. And second one we are seeing about the female reproductive or reproductive cell, ovum. A mature ovum or egg is a spherical shape, that means in the form of round, and the ovum is almost of free from yolk. Then free from the yolk, it contains a abundant cytoplasm, a presence of large quantity of cytoplasm and nucleus. The ovum is surrounded with three membranes. So we know very well. For example, we are seen in the hen egg, which also consists of three layer. Like that, the human ovum also consists of three layer, and each layer plays some kind of basic structure and protection of the egg cell up to the time of fertilization. Then the plasma membrane is surrounded by the inner thin zona pellicula and the outer thick corona radiata. Then the corona radiata formed from the follicle cells. It is formed from the follicle cell to maintain the safe of a particular type of the ovum up to the time of fertilization. After the fertilization, the egg cell which is reach on with the uterus. So from that itself it is preventing itself. And this is the diagrammatic representation. It is frequently asked from the 2 mark question. Then just we can go through this diagram in the form of spherical, and the outer surface, the blendy of sperm cells are penetrating with the egg cell, and the membrane is forming the surface layer of the ovum is called a ventine membrane. It's a fluid filled space between the zona pellicula and the surface of the egg is called a permeating space. So that means the egg cell, they have the surface of layer and volatile membrane, and the membrane which consists of large quantity of fluid like substance. Without the fluid they cannot be in the form of semi-solid substance, which can be prevented by the prevalence phase. The next one we are seeing about the puberty. So we know very well regarding the puberty, the reproductive system of the both male and female become the functional and increase the sex hormone production, resulting is called a puberty. So you are all already studied from the 8th standard aging and adolescence lesson, which can be varied from the male and female, from boy to girl. Then it is a indication, the puberty is a indication the sex organs are functionally developed. From the birth itself the sex organs are available in our body, but the function which starts from after the time of puberty or maturation, aging and adolescence, so that is called an puberty, then which is varied from boy and girl. Then the phenomenon tends to start the earlier female than the males. The boys attain the puberty between the age of 13 to 14 years. It is a late period, 13 to 14 years, while the girls reaching the puberty between the age of 11 to 13 years. So before the boy, the girls are getting a attaining a age that is called puberty, and the boys they are in the form of late and the prolonged period of production of the sex cell from up to the age of 60. So it starts from 13 to 14 and female starts from 11 to 13. And the male is in male the onset of the puberty is triggered in secretion of the hormone testosterone in the testes. That means from the male sex hormone they are produced by the testosterone. The testosterone is produced by the testes. In the female, secretion of estrogen and progesterone from the ovary. So from here we are studied about only the two type of female sex hormone. From lesson number 15 I already told you, and 16 also I already told you the three different types of female hormone. The one more hormone is relaxin. The hormone is secreted at the time of pregnancy and delivery, and secretion of both male and female hormones is under the control of pituitary, gonadotropes, luteinizing hormone LH, and follicle stimulating hormone FSH. So which all the activities and hormonal changes which is controlled by the master endocrine orchestra of our body, that is called a pituitary gland. The pituitary gland which is control various kinds of activity like that. The reproduction also controlled by the pituitary gland LH and FSH. So the next class we are seeing about the menstrual cycle and the process of ovulation. From that we are seeing about various types of stages of menstruation and the process of ovulation. We are seeing very elaborately the three stages. So thank you very much. So this is Sadish Kumar from Biological Science Department. If you are like this video, please comment and subscribe. Thank you.